Good afternoon. I'm here with my everything's happening to me today.
Technical issues.
Good afternoon. I'm with my guest Gilmore Tamny. Gilmore, we're finally here and we're together. Gilmore is a guitarist and an artist, and she has an MSA from Emerson College, and she's a poet, and she's a member of the rock group Somerville's Weather Weapon. Correct?
Weapon. That's
okay.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to say you draw a lot of abstract paintings with your dominant and non-dominant hand.
Yep.
What's the idea behind that?
Well, it's kind of a kick to see what comes out of the other side of your brain, I guess. Also, I like the challenge of seeing, I always admire acts of motor coordination, so, being able to do things with both hands. I guess partly playing guitar too. It's fun to try.
Do you favor your non-dominant hand? I mean, personal favorite over your regular hand?
No, I am definitely right-handed.
Okay.
There's no confusion.
I know, but maybe you
you
feel
mean
closer to your other hand.
Oh, yeah. No, we're still getting to know each other.
Okay.
Me and the left hand, yeah.
And what do you think of the results have been if you just use your dominant hands as opposed to your non-dominant hand?
I think it's more actually a test of patience than of what actually hatches out from my head onto the page. It's more, I'm so used to using my right hand where I can...
Right.
But with your left hand, you have to really make some, have some patience as you sort it out. So.
And how would you decide the genre of painting you're doing? I mean, if you...
Well, it's actually markers, so it's drawing.
Yeah.
Non-representational, abstract.
And what inspires you? I mean,
Actually, I wrote an unpublished novel about Jackson Pollock, and I think because I didn't understand why I didn't like him more, and I think that's when I started doing more non-representational art.
Okay.
And it's like the funnest thing in the world, so sometimes I wonder why more people don't do it.
Okay. Did you ever study art formally?
No.
Never did?
Nope.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you, I read that you are a rocker. What is that?
It means I play rock music in a band. Yeah.
I never heard that. Why? I guess I'm just totally unhip.
No. It's sort of a facetious way to refer to playing in a rock band.
Oh, a rocker.
Rock.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. All right. Well, you're sort of like, I won't say that's a curse, but so you are a rocker, and in fact you are in Somerville's Weather Weapon. How long have you formed the band? Are you a member of the band, or?
Yeah, Stephanie and I started playing.
Who's Stephanie?
The drummer.
Okay.
The drummer and I started playing maybe 5 years ago, something like that. And we've had 2 bass players. Hopefully, the second one, she's having to take a break, but we're hoping she can come back in a bit. And we gigged out. We have some music on Bandcamp.
Do you play any clubs around here, or have you played Johnny D's?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to look at the camera.
Yeah.
We have a show with Madame Gandhi and Awaz Du, I hope I'm saying that right, on Monday at Once Somerville. So that's my big plug for du jour. And then I've been playing some guitar as well.
Where did you learn guitar? Just on your own? You picked it up on your own?
Self-taught, just started playing.
Any idols from your...
Sure. Let's see. Mick Ronson of David Bowie's band. I mean, there's some Bill Orcutt, Chris Brokaw, Doug Gillard. Those are all guitarists
Okay.
I love
All right.
very much.
Okay. Maybe you should play at the Aeronaut. They have a great. That's the big brewery in the. They have a great venue there for musicians and things like that. Let's see. You seem to be a bit. You're multidisciplinary, and you seem to be a bit like Patti Smith, huh? I mean, she does art, she does poetry, she's a rock musician. What do you think? Is she an idol of yours, or a?
You would probably think so, and I admire her greatly. But she's not a. I mean, and I read her book, which I loved.
Which one?
Just Kids.
Yeah, that was a great book.
I think there's a sequel. I'm not sure. I think she's like a super interesting person. It's not totally my favorite, and she's one of those ones that I don't know why she isn't a huge favorite of mine, but I've always admired her and liked her.
Okay.
You know how that is, where I'm sure with poetry too, you have people that you're not sure why you admire them.
Is that chemistry, or there isn't that chemistry?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just it's one of those mysteries, right, that you just can't explain. How about your writing? You went to. I know you said you're a little hazy about your past, but you did go to Emerson. And what did you major in there as an MFA? What was your concentration?
Fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you studied fiction. Do you remember anyone you studied fiction with? Probably not, right?
I'm appalled and embarrassed.
But you did study with the poet Gail Mazur.
Yeah.
And what was that experience like?
Gail
Mazur, who started the Blacksmith House.
Right, yeah, no.
Poetry series.
I really enjoyed taking her classes. I liked what she had to say. Like, what
did she say? Do you remember? No. Still don't.
This was 15 years ago, man.
But sometimes things stick in, if you have a mentor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't take that many poetry classes, but I just remember her class sticks out as one I got something out of, I looked forward to, and was interested and challenged by. So,
are there any favorite poets that you have now that you can?
I was actually sort of trying to make a list because I thought maybe you might ask me that, and I was afraid I would go completely blank.
Okay.
As one does when someone asks.
And so
and I have names.
Oh, you have names.
Go
ahead.
Okay. Eileen Miles.
Okay. She's the she just came out with a book, right? Of growing up. She grew up around here in Arlington, and
I have not read it yet, but
okay.
I want to.
Okay.
I was thinking about this. Is that sometimes I think I enjoy poets like I do bands, where I tend to like to see them live or something as much as recordings. And she's a wonderful reader.
Okay.
Dorothea Lasky, I like her work a lot. David Berman, who also plays in a band.
He's from around here, was. David Berman used to live in Somerville, I think, didn't he?
Did he? Maybe he did, yeah. He's in the band Silver Jews.
Okay.
I think he got a
Silver Jews, right?
MFA somewhere over there. I forget where. So I really like him. And then, I've had sort of flirtations with Mayakovsky or Philip Larkin. And Rumi. So, but I would, I was a little bit afraid you might out me as just how vast my ignorance is.
No, I'm not here to out you or anything.
About poetry.
No, but fiction's your game, and you say you're friends with Pagan Kennedy. Is she an influence on your work at all? I know I've interviewed Pagan many years ago for defunct art magazine for the Somerville Times. Is she a big influence on your? I know she.
I mean, we both came up during the zine era.
So she was very big in zines.
Yeah, that's sort of how we met or know each other. So I mean,
were you in that home in Alston with her when she was living in Alston?
No. I was still.
Back in Columbus, right?
Yeah. But she. I think once you. I think people who came up through zines have a very specific, I don't know what you would call it, ethos.
Yeah. And what is that ethos?
DIY,
What do you mean DIY?
Do it yourself.
Okay.
Don't wait for someone to tell you how to do it. Make what you want to make. Don't wait for the masters to tell you what to do.
Right.
Do what interests you.
Okay. All right.
That kind of stuff.
It's sort of,
I hope I said that right. I feel very obligated to have gotten that right, and I don't know if I did.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Let's hope so.
So, and Somerville, you like living in Somerville.
I do.
What is it about? Is this a unique place, you think?
Yeah. I'm always surprised to hear how populated it is. I guess it's
the density.
Like the density. I'm sure density of writers also, but just
you run
density.
into a lot of writers. You have a lot of writers in your social circles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what else about Somerville?
Well, I was going to say the density of people, because like you can walk around at night. You'll see some people, but you won't see a ton, especially like on a winter night.
Yeah.
But it's like hugely populated. Like if you go to one of the Davis Square arts festivals, or just like, I'm sure people come from out of town or from other parts of Boston, but still there's like a gazillion people. So it's just sort of, there's a lot of people around. A lot of people I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get to know everyone.
Yeah.
And how about, we were just talking, that Somerville is now so popular and it's gentrifying. And what is that like for an artist here in Somerville?
Oh, well, it's...
You say your days are numbered here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
a lot of us feel that way, right? But maybe you can talk about your own personal situation. It's anecdote.
Right. Well, I think there's a mass exodus going on.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
Tell me, do you know, like, what have you seen?
Just a lot of people have had to go, either I've known or are, a couple degrees removed.
Yeah.
That haven't.
There was this email that went out by a guy who was in Somerville and tried to get a movie studio and couldn't find wanted to have like an independent movie studio and couldn't find any space near because it was so expensive, and it seems to be that there's more emphasis on commercial development, and so he moved to Los Angeles, and he explained why, and it went all viral.
Oh, yeah. Michael Epstein.
Yeah, Michael Epstein.
Yeah. Yes, that's like a perfect example of someone who has contributed. He and his wife have contributed enormously to the arts culture in Somerville and Boston, and are getting nudged out because of all the, insanely skyrocketing rents. And everywhere you look, there's some condos.
Yeah, luxury condos.
Yeah. My joke is I hope someone will ask me to move into the Somerville Tower, but.
What is the Somerville Tower? The new, the high.
Where Washington stored all those giant cannonballs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, nobody's living there.
Yeah.
Why not me?
Yeah.
It's
So it is tough. Tell me about your fiction. You have a detective novel coming out or something like this?
Well, right now, God bless OhioEdit.com, which has many great things, online literary magazine, but they are serializing my post-World War II repressed British lady suspense novel, sort of in the spirit of like Daphne du Maurier.
How was she repressed?
Every way possible, I suppose. Yeah, so...
British are good at repression, aren't they?
Yeah, they sure are. So, sort of Daphne du Maurier, Barbara Pym, Anita Bruckner, if those are meaningful.
Lives of Quiet Desperation.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So I have that, and then I wrote a second one, which has found no home whatsoever, which is more of a, I say experimental, but that's a little bit meaningless and possibly really pretentious sounding, but I wrote a second novel.
I know a lot of experimental poets and such who are very pretentious.
Sure. Yeah. Well, there's room for pretension. It's not all bad.
Yeah.
I like a little pretension. But yeah, I don't think it reads too pretentiously. One hopes. I really enjoyed putting it together in a. No, it's linear as far as time, but the.
No, I have nothing against experiment. It's just when some of these experimental types will just say, well, you're not getting it and you're mediocre, because you're, that's just.
Right. Well, I think maybe that's, and I'm speaking a little bit about stuff I don't totally know about, but sometimes I think that's a little bit of the conceptualist art, where you need to meet it halfway, and sometimes that's an awesome journey to meet the artwork halfway, and then sometimes it's confusing and wearying.
Yeah.
You know, or somewhere in between.
Right. Right.
And highly subjective.
Highly subjective, yes.
And all that jazz.
And all that jazz.
Yeah.
So, you have about 12 minutes to read some from your stuff.
Oh, okay.
By the way, do you have any upcoming, you have a website? Do you have
My Days with Millicent, the novel I just spoke of, is on Ohio Edit. I have different...
You should have a website. I was trying to find a centralized... type of thing, you know, when I'm looking up, and you're just like here and there. So I used, actually, you were the artist of the month in Somerville, and so that was good to see that.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Yeah.
It was a very happy, very pleasing occurrence.
Yeah.
So I have my Tumblr for lines.circles, and I have a few things published here and there in online literary magazines, so short stories and poetry and stuff. So,
so
none of which I can remember off the top of my head. But
okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you read from some of your work?
Well, can I do a quick...
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I told you, I believe, and I may be speaking out of turn, Doug, but I believe, have you ever seen an infomercial for poetry?
Not really.
Because I think my friend George Luke, shout out to George Luke, who did a wonderful job, and I may have made the first poetry infomercial for this piece of magnificence, which I may not read from because it is a little confusing without context. This is a piece I wrote watching that rom-com While You Were Sleeping from the 90s.
Yeah.
That? Okay. So anyway, I watched it with the sound off, and then I wrote out what I was thinking, sort of as a long, epic prose poem about the entire movie. So I speculate on what's happening and what things remind me of, and it's sort of discursive, but kind of an easy read, I like to think, as far as poetry goes. So anyway, this is available should anybody want some, but it doesn't make for great.
Where can you get it? Amazon or?
It's on Etsy.
Etsy.
That's where. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So $6.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah. All right. Doug, do you have any preference? I know probably not sweary poetry, right?
I don't have any preference. Whatever you want to read, it's good with me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't I read a poem?
People have, you're not supposed to swear, I guess. But,
I think
people have.
I don't think there are any. Okay. I'm going to read a poem.
Okay.
As we are talking about poetry, I guess it's time to read a poem. Okay. Poem for you, die. Poem for you, collective. Go on, don't be shy. Poem for me, live. Poem for him, go the blank away. Poem for other him, please don't squish my baby hamster of a heart. Poem for her, your staggering indifference did not go unnoticed. Poem for other her, oh please, please don't leave me, I love you so much, I'll die without you. Poem for the sun, whatever. Poem for the rain, not right now, how about? Poem for glassy-eyed Tom in the donut shop, go on, have another. Poem for seasonal affective disorder, I have a long-standing and possibly unfair suspicion you're something people reference to avoid having to acknowledge other more painful things. Poem for truth, oh for blank's sake, there's a lot of swearing in this. Poem for the girls in the documentary born into brothels, but not to be read till they reach adulthood. You are under no obligation to forgive or reconcile yourself the world for its horrors. Poem for weirdness. Oh, I see you. Poem for unhappy and idle men of the 1950s. You best get to learning. Poem for ourselves in the heaviest leaden hours. Go on then, fall into the abyss. It is instructive. Poem for Somerset Mom. What were you imagining the guy looking like when you wrote Razor's Edge? I'm super curious. That's my poem about different kinds of poems.
Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, should I keep going?
Yeah.
Do you want to
have time?
Do you want to talk about more about poetry you like or I like or anything?
No, let's hear what your poems. Let's hear you read. Oh, you talk if you read what you like or talk about. Go ahead.
Maybe I'll read some haikus.
Okay.
The ones that we put. You were kind enough to ask me.
Right. Yeah, they were in this lyrical Somerville, right? Weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was your claim to fame there.
Yep. Yeah. All right. All those Snicker bars wilting in the bodegas on a summer night. This is haiku. Haiku. Okay. Pen on the counter got washed along with the rest of the day's dishes. The strong bad coffee is not any betterer than the weak bad coffee. Love vanquishes death, kinda, but not quite as much as I had hoped for. Swear word. I felt so lucky and so very unlucky today. Confusing. Why do some people's eyes seem to be glittering while others do not? Wait. Hey, I can't keep up. Wait. Oh, never mind. Go. I did want to possibly try out a new genre of haiku, which is braggy.
Bragging?
Bragging haiku.
Okay,
yeah.
But it's still in the same form?
It's still haiku, but just you brag.
Okay.
You brag a little. So this is my bragging haiku. Okay.
Well, you're bragging about your haikus already. So,
Well, yeah. Throw the football at recess. Yes, I caught it. 6 touchdowns one day. So it was a big day in my life. Yeah. There's no one else who has ever known what I know. What a shame, maybe.
That's cool.
Deep, really deep, right?
But it is kind of in a very short punch. Yeah. I have read about a form of poetry I'd never heard of recently. Have you ever heard of it? And I'm going to mispronounce it. And I think it's a raza or raja. Yeah, that's a form. Yeah.
The one where you, it's like based on camels' hooves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a Bedouin type of poem, but it's based on like the very particular rhythm of camels.
Wow. So did you try that?
I haven't, and I've never heard one, although I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Google could find us one very quickly if we wanted.
Yeah.
But I would like to, I might even want to try one, but I've never been on a camel, nor have heard a camel walking across the desert. But I suppose if you're going across the Sahara after a while, or wherever, the empty quarter, I guess that's more Bedouin. Oh, I know. And you get used to it.
Yeah. Do you have any more to share with us?
Sure.
Yeah, because we got 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is untitled. I am jogging. It is summer. I am listening to lightning bolt. I need to pee. I take the street that curls around the green peeling paint house, and as I plod along, I make a mental list like a doctor with a clipboard. It's my checkup on civilization so far. Cruelty, no progress. Technology, excellent progress. Poverty, no progress. Boredom management, genuinely do not know how one can tell that. Zealotry, no progress. Destruction of Earth, excellent progress. Extinction of species, excellent progress. Am I being too negative, I think? Plod, plod, pant, pant. Am I missing plod, plod, pant, plod, plod, progress? Plod, plod, pant, pant. Real progress? Plod, pant, plod. So maybe there should be a jogging poetry genre.
Jog your memory.
Yeah.
Do you want to read any from your book, or I mean, maybe you can give us the context. You said there's a problem with the context there.
Oh No, it's a little, you kind of have to, well, I mean, I did explain how it came to life. I don't know if it's some form of film criticism.
It's a what?
Well, film criticism in that it's about the movie, although it's not really a criticism of the movie. Like, you know, Jean-Luc Godard would do this way, and you know, I think I mentioned Tarkovsky once, maybe, but that's as far as it goes.
So, where do you see where do you see your work going from here?
Oh gosh, there's so many projects I want to do.
Right.
I've always wanted to write a mystery as an epic prose poem. I hope that happens someday. I hope this poem that I had in my head when I woke up maybe 25 years ago someday revisits,
right.
comes back.
The one that got away.
Yeah, the one that got away. It's still, hurting my microphone.
Right.
It still hurts. I have another novel I'm working on. Weather Weapon is finishing up second record, although I don't know if you can call it that if it's online. It seems a little fudging it a little bit. But poetry is just, it's the funnest thing. I think I enjoy it the way other people do crosswords, where you're just...
It can be fun, people forget that. It doesn't have to be some brooding, alcoholic...
anguished